Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing a shirt with a Korean woman's face on the front. I have Yuna Shin from ITZY on the front of my shirt. Yuna Shin is the visual of the K-pop group ITZY, and for the past, I want to say 3 years, she's been my favorite, celebrity, meaning I've wanted to sleep with her for that long. Now that is the longest I've ever wanted to sleep with a woman, and not ended up offering her money for sex. Let's see if that trend continues. Anyway, um, I recently now everyone knows I don't follow sports. If you listen to this podcast, if you've been listening to this podcast for any amount of time, you know I don't watch sports. And the reason why I don't watch sports is because I stopped watching sports when Colin Kaepernick started kneeling, and I gave my reasons why. But I'll tell them again. It's just I watch sports to be entertained. I don't watch sports for politics. The reason why I don't watch sports for politics is because I don't want to hear political opinions or whatever people's issues that they back. I don't care because I watch you because you can score a touchdown or throw the ball really far or run fast, whatever. Now, in your own time, whatever. After the game, in your own personal time, if you want to, protest about something, do it. But I don't want to mix my entertainment with politics. So that's why I stopped watching sports in general because every single sports league became woke and started involving themselves in politics. If I want to be involved in politics, I'll watch Fox News. I'll watch a political commentator. I'll watch just news in general. There's cable stations dedicated to politics. I don't need to watch a basketball game and have them talk about a political issue. The fact that some of these athletes think that just because they could dunk a basketball means that the stuff they have to say about anything else has any relevance blows my mind. But anyway, um, I did run across something that I thought was very, very smart. I don't know what the proper word is, but anyway, Deshaun Watson, he's the new quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Anyway, as you know, he was whatever charged with 22 counts of sexual misconduct because he would go on Instagram and find a woman to give him a massage. Um, I guess 22 of these women filed filed a civil suit against him, and I believe I forgot the number, but I think 10 filed criminal charges too. But a grand jury found him innocent of all the criminal charges. Okay, so right now he's facing 22 cases in a civil lawsuit. Okay, so criminally he's innocent, but civil law and criminal law are two different things. It's easier to be found guilty in a civil case. Okay, but anyway, now he is an NFL quarterback. Okay, so you know how the NFL they have they like to suspend people if they do something quote unquote bad, even though legally, the court will do something to you legally. So it's already handled in the, quote unquote real world. But the NFL sometimes feels like it has to still suspend people, even though they could be guilty or not guilty. Like, there have been plenty of cases in NFL where a player has been found not guilty of something, but the NFL will still suspend them, okay? Because, the court of public opinion. Because it's not about right or wrong, it's about court of public opinion. Anyway, Deshaun Watson signed a contract with the Cleveland Browns for 230 million guaranteed. All of it's guaranteed. $230 million. How many years? I don't know. Don't care. But the cool thing is the thing that blows my mind about his contract. He knows he's probably going to be suspended by the NFL, and when you're suspended by the NFL, you're suspended without pay. So his contract is genius. The first year of his contract, he only gets paid $1 million. Think about that. So he'll be suspended for whatever, 8 games, 6 games, whatever. So the first season he comes back, he gets paid $1 million out of the $230 million. Okay, so that means his suspension will cost him at the most $1 million. He doesn't start getting paid, the millions until season number 2, where he won't be suspended. This man is a genius. Anytime I see a hyper intellectual like this guy pull off something that just takes advantage of the system, takes advantage of, he already knows because of, the social justice warriors. He already knows the league is going to have to suspend him whether he's guilty or not. Well, he's been proven innocent in criminal law, but the civil cases, he already knows the league is going to give him some kind of suspension whether he's guilty or not, because they just feel they have to. Because I don't know why the NFL thinks they need to be involved in this anyway. But he knew that would happen. And so the first year of his $230 million guaranteed contract, he only gets paid $1 million, which means the money he will lose is no big deal because he has another $229 million to make. Genius. I mean, now, I don't know if this was his idea. I don't know. But just whoever thought of this, whoever was behind this mastermind of a plan, I just want to say, I commend you. And welcome to the club, brother. You are a man of culture. Truly, a man of culture. Anyway, yeah, this is seriously. If I had friends, I would actually throw a party in my backyard. I would actually call people over and have a Deshaun Watson contract party, because this is just amazing. And now people are mad over the contract. How could you make it so the first year he only gets paid $1 million? He's not gonna lose anything. Wasn't that the point? The point of this is the NFL first has no business involved in disciplining players based on what happens outside of the league, because every time the NFL has disciplined someone, that causes backlash too, because it's either too many games or not enough games. If they just got rid of the I don't know why I can't talk, the disciplinary department of the NFL, and only suspended players for conduct on the field, like whatever, headshot targeting, talking smack to a ref, all that stuff. If they only stuck to football, you would have no problems. Anytime you get involved in politics, there's a problem, because football is entertainment. Why are you putting politics in the entertainment? See, Colin Kaepernick is just as bad as the NFL doing the suspension stuff. Both of these reasons, well, yeah. So both of these reasons are why I don't watch NFL, because it always becomes about the suspension when it's something related to outside. It's how many players get DUIs or whatever? A lot, whatever. But some of them get suspended, even though it's already been handled in the courts. Why are you even bothering? But then every time that happens, people on both sides complain. It's too many, it's too little, and then it takes away from the whole sport all around. But anyway, I'm glad Deshaun Watson or whoever, the people who worked this out, got a one up on the NFL and took advantage of their SJW agendas. Anyway, I recently saw, and I don't speak Korean, so it doesn't matter. But for those of you who are heterosexual men who really enjoy looking at good-looking women, I want to recommend another woman. Her name is Yuna Im. It's a different Yoon -AH, last name Im. Look her up. I'll spell her name again. Yona dash AH. Her last name is I am. Look her up. She's hot. She's in the girl group, Girls' Generation, but also she's an actress too. And so I just recently saw a couple of clips of her acting, and she's gorgeous. Just letting you know. That's all. I just wanted you to get a visual of this woman. This woman. I don't know what else to say. She's just really good looking, and whether you like the music or the acting or not, she's another example of a woman you could watch with the sound turned down. Okay. Anyway, I've said enough, and I'm gonna add another podcast I just found to the back of this one. Okay. Anyway, peace. Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a red shirt. It has Gina Carano on it. Anyway, um, so I saw something funny, or well, it was funny to me. Anyway, Taylor Hawkins, the drummer of the Foo Fighters, died. That's not the funny part. The funny part is, like when someone dies, they, for some reason, I don't know why they do this. When someone dies, they make it public. The media makes it public, like how the person died, why the person died. They give the person's like toxicology report, like they tell you what the person ate for breakfast, tell you the last TV program they streamed on Netflix. It makes no sense why all that's public information. It shouldn't even be public information that he passed away. Like, why is that public information? I don't get it. But anyway, so there's already like 30,000 YouTube videos about it, because anytime something tragic happens, everyone tries to cash in on it, because like when you make a YouTube video, you make money off of it. If your channel's monetized anyway. I saw this one lady. I forgot her name. I watch her YouTube channel because she's hot. But every single time a celebrity is in the news, she makes a video. Anyway, she made a video. Why did Taylor Hawkins throw his life away by doing drugs? Because like when he passed away, the toxicology report said he had like 10 different drugs in his system. And the fact that they actually wasted a breath and listed marijuana as one of them blows my mind. Don't give that cool drug a bad name. Anyway, hell, I'm surprised they didn't say he died from the fantasy flu. But anyway, so she made this video about like why did he throw his life away with drugs. Well, I'll tell you why. As a washed up rocker, drugs are fun. You never do something that you think is bad. So the whatever 10 drugs they listed that were in his system, he obviously was taking them because he wanted to, and they made him feel good. The reason why like I don't drink is because every time I drink I throw up. I'm talking like I'll drink like whatever, a glass of something. I'm not talking getting drunk. I'm talking I just drink. I'll drink like whatever, some vodka. Like a couple glasses of vodka. The next day I throw up. Hence I don't drink. Um, Obviously, most people do what they want to do. Like we use the excuse of addiction. Um, no, you do what you want to do. I mean, like I remember I used to smoke cigarettes, and I smoked cigarettes for one reason. I mean, two reasons. One, because it just looks cool. Second reason is I wanted my voice to sound a certain way. And then, like when I became a better singer, I stopped smoking instantly. I was only smoking because I wanted to. And cigarettes are pretty addictive too. But anyway, to answer this lady's question, why did he throw his life away doing drugs? He didn't throw his life away doing drugs. He enhanced his life doing drugs. Um, I'm not a fan of the Foo Fighters, So I'm not going to pretend I like his music, because I don't. I don't like the Foo Fighters, and I don't like Taylor Hawkins' solo music work either. But I mean, he was a funny guy. I've seen him interviewed a bunch of times, so he's whatever. But he comes off as a funny guy. But yeah, um, his life was enhanced during those drugs, and who's to say that the drugs shortened his life? He could have died of being bored. But anyway, I just think it's stupid to assume that a person's throwing their life away because they do drugs. I've never known one person, because I've known a lot of addicts, uh, who are just like fuck it, you know. Even like the homeless people who are just like just outrageously drug addicted. Well, imagine being homeless. The only responsibility you got if you're homeless is to fold the newspaper you slept on twice, beg for enough change to get high. I don't know. There's millions of them in Los Angeles. They all seem to be doing the same thing, so I don't think they're throwing their life away. They want to do that. You know? Fold that newspaper twice, beg for change, get some heroin. Why are they getting heroin? Because it's fun. Okay, have you ever done heroin? I have. Okay, if you're high on heroin, being homeless is nothing. Being homeless is a slight inconvenience. You could be high on heroin at a rock concert. You could be high on heroin in the middle of the desert. You could be high on heroin in a snowstorm. You could be high on heroin falling from the 45th floor of a high-rise building. You feel exactly the same way. It doesn't matter because it's heroin. Okay? No one's throwing their life away. Everyone's living a life and they're enjoying the life they live. Unless you're a woman, because for some reason no one knows the definition of that. Anyway, um, well, just like last show, I was supposed to talk about K-pop. For those of you that don't know, but there's a few that do, I used to do a K-pop podcast, separate from this podcast. And I didn't pick the topics. My co-host picked the topics. But the reason why he picked the topics is because you name any K-pop group, I can talk about them. And then if I don't know the group, if you give me like a little bit of time, like like 10 minutes, I can do the research real quick. Because like K-pop is pretty. I mean, it's popular globally. Like it's big, but there's actually not that many groups. You know what I mean? Like it's not like there's a million groups. There's like a couple of hundred groups. So, you can, pretty much any K-pop group someone talks about, you've at least heard of it, of them or whatever. But anyway, um, anyway, I was going to add another member from the K-pop genre to the I want to have sex with list. And I know that's not big news, but before I do that, let me address the K-pop topic I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about G Idol. They're a K-pop group that I like, but I like them for a unique reason. I actually like them for their music. G Idol is a South Korean K-pop group, Generation 3. I used to have the picture on my wall, a couple of pictures, but I took it down because the only reason why I had their pictures up on my wall because they had a member named Minnie. And Minnie is a girl that I really would like to lay down on a bed and have her do the starfish dance. But, she's Thai. And for those of you who don't know, I think Thai girls are hot. But the thing is, even without Minnie, the group's music is really good. Okay, but anyway, they had a member in their group. Her name was Sojin, and I'm sure I've addressed this before, but she got kicked out the group because someone went on social media and said she bullied me in middle school. So apparently, 10 years ago, she bullied someone in middle school. And the person said she would, a guy, I forget the exact quote, but the person said that she like stole her school uniform, would come to school drunk, smoke cigarettes, and she hung out with older boys and would ride on their motorcycle. Okay, so anyway, Sojin said, I did smoke cigarettes like once, but I don't even remember this person. Like she didn't even remember this person because it was from 10 years ago. And, it was just he said, she said, or she said, basically. She said the only thing I did back then was she smoked cigarettes twice, which I don't see what the big deal is. But anyway, so because of this controversy and because it couldn't be proven, like it could have been proven if it did happen or like it couldn't be proven yes or no because it was just a he said, she said, and because the person who said they got bullied said it happened, and then the person who's being accused says, I don't even remember this person. The court of public opinion, it's always guilty first in the court of public opinion. So anyway, they kicked her out the group, or the record label kicked her out the group. Now the problem is that G Idol, like even though I like the group, G Idol has the worst stage presence pretty much out of every K-pop group ever, and the worst choreography out of any K-pop group. I mean, the choreography is horrible and boring. Their stage presence is just boring. But the problem is the only member in the group that had like really, really good stage presence was Sojin, and the best dancer in the group was Sojin. So even though the choreography sucked, if someone's good dancing, good at dancing, it's going to make it look good. So anyway, they kicked out the most talented member, basically. And so, anyway, so they put out a new album recently. And to my surprise, because they lost their most talented member, it's actually really good. And I was very surprised. Like the main rapper of the group, her name is Soyoung. She's really good at rapping, so she's fine. Miyeon though, she's one of the visuals in the group. She's like one of the examples of the group just having no stage presence. She's still horrible. Her dancing is stiff, and her stage presence, like she has this blank look on her face the whole time. And it doesn't matter what song, she just has a blank look on her face. She looks bored. But she's really pretty though. And then Minnie, the girl I like in the group, the Thai chick, she's fine. She's a I want to say average K-pop idol. But she has, a little bit of stage presence. She's good. Yuki is okay. And also Yuki's Chinese, so I can't say anything bad about her. I don't want to get concentrated, so let me just move on. Shuha, she's another member of the group. She's Chinese too. She looks bored. She looks like she's afraid to be on stage. So basically, like two members out of this group are decent. The other three suck. So by losing Sojin, I don't know. I mean, the group's gonna still last because they're popular internationally, even though their choreography sucks and they have horrible stage presence. They have, but because they are good looking. So I mean, looks trump talent, especially in K-pop. But the whole point of this is, if you run a record label and your most talented member is accused of bullying someone in middle school from 10 years ago, and there's no proof that it happened, and you kick them out, that just shows bad leadership. And so that's what I don't understand. And just because some people on Twitter are mad because someone claims that they were bullied from 10 years ago, like, Twitter isn't real life. So, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. But either way, the group so far they put out two new singles. The songs are great. There's nothing wrong with the songs that they put out. But it's just that seeing it live on stage, it's not good. I mean the performance, like the dancing or the choreography is like so, and just the stage presence is like whatever. I've never seen a group look bored, but whatever. And no, I don't feel better. Anyway, oh my god. But yeah, so what I've learned is that even though a person can run a multi-million dollar corporation, Twitter is still in charge of, I guess, most decisions. Because this woman was kicked out the group because of Twitter. Uh, and I guess the people in charge of the record label listen to Twitter, which makes no sense. Because that means I can just randomly say, you know, someone bullied me. Well, because say in Korea, for some reason, like, bullying's a big deal, like, whatever. I mean, I remember being in high school and, like, bullying people. And it was fun. Like, what's wrong with bullying someone? I don't know. You think we live in this participation trophy skinny jean type of society where we can't give a definition of what a woman is. It's like everything's so backwards. It's like, grow some balls. Someone made fun of you back when you were 14. Deal with it. And then I love it when people wait for other people to get famous and then they say something. To me, that's bullying. So should probably both get canceled. But I don't get it. Like, someone gets famous and then you complain. Why? Anyway, I'm just ranting to myself. I'll talk to you guys later. You have a good one. Peace.